Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Spyro, not episode really, but it's our Spyro coverage pre-release stuff. Okay, so yes, today we are going to be having a look at the Spyro stuff that has been released kind of recently that I haven't really been covering. I'm going to start off this first section just by looking at this singular picture, and then I will be moving on to 3 or 4 videos. I can't remember how many there actually are. But I will be cutting the video after I've done the picture and then going into the, the videos, just because it makes it easier for me editing wise. And yeah, here we go. So first of all, we've got this treetops picture, which is looking pretty nice, pretty snazzy and cool. I quite like the look of it. I really like the look of this thing. Hold on, let me just, I just completely went off it by accident. We've got the trees here looking awesome. You've got the background here, which I think we'd already seen this area. This is like the other end of the level, maybe. I can't actually recall. But this area, I'm not sure if we've seen before. I'm not sure if we've seen, like... I'm not sure if the area we've already seen is over the other side over here, or whether it's over here. I can't actually remember, in honesty, because I have not played Spyro 1 in years, as I say with every single video. But yes, this is looking cool. You got Spyro here looking pretty nice. I like the atmosphere, kind of like the mist here. I feel that it really suits treetops. You got the speed run here. You got the crystal dragon in the background, which is looking green. Not sure if it's a green dragon, but maybe it was just that one dragon that we thought was blue that might not have been blue. It might have been a kind of light on it. As you can notice, the skylight is kind of green. So that could be making it green. I don't know. I guess we will kind of have to see what happens at the release. You've got the speed running, charging. I can't think what they're called. They'd be called supercharge. That's the word. That's the word. You got the supercharge areas here, which are looking quite nice. I love the arrows. Like, I know it's a really weird thing to comment on, but I really like the look of the arrows. I think the yellow kind of really stands out enough, but not too much, if that makes much sense for you. I know I'm saying if that makes much sense a lot, but yeah, I just think in general this is looking really cool. Kind of like the amount of detail you can see in the background there. Obviously, we didn't get that in the original at all. But there's so much detail here going through all here. All the sky as well looks absolutely amazing. I wonder if the clouds are going to be moving. Not too fast if they don't, but it would be just a nice little detail if they did have the clouds moving. The trees all look really cool. You can see the detail going into the floorboards here, detail all on everything. It's just absolutely fantastic, and honestly, I am loving this. So I'm going to end off this little clip, and then we'll be back in just a second with another clip. And we're back. So we have 3 videos, I believe, here. Obviously, we've seen the concept art for this guy before. I think we actually saw a picture of it before as well. It's looking very different to the original. It's looking a lot fluffier and fatter than the original, which, I don't know, I feel like this thing would have been a lot bulkier, a lot more muscular. The legs kind of would have come up a bit higher, and it would have just been really like, sort of thing he does as he makes the stereotypical muscle thing pose. That's the word. I am completely out of it. You can obviously see that this guy here, we've seen the wizard that I believe is in the Magic Crafter's homeworld. This one looks a little bit different, like it's wearing some stuff on top of it, but it looks like we are quite high. Like, I can't remember what this is actually called. It's Alpine Ridge, but I feel this level is always really high up, so it would make sense for them to be more covered. And this is a GIF or GIF, however you want to say it, but I had to download it as a video, so we're gonna watch it. And this, hold on, wait, let's try and get a good picture here. So this is actually I think it's a Wumpa fruit. I think that's what it's called. I haven't played Crash much, but I know it is the apples that are in Crash Bandicoot, which actually is really cool. Obviously, they are both made by Activision. They are both essentially from the same company. Crash really brought on the Spyro remake. If Crash hadn't done well, we 100% guaranteedly would not have got a Spyro remake. So this is a really nice throwback to Crash Bandicoot and kind of the appreciation for Crash that I think we should all have, because without that we wouldn't have Spyro here today. And I know I haven't played really Crash before, played it like once or twice. It's not really as much my game that I don't enjoy it as much, but I really love Spyro, obviously, and without Crash I can really appreciate we wouldn't have Spyro coming out. So yeah, I think that this kind of callback is really quite sweet. He's obviously got a Crash reference there, which I wouldn't be surprised if we get a couple more. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a couple more. I think it'd be pretty nice to have them, to be honest. I really appreciate Crash Bandicoot. And yeah, let's just keep on watching this. I don't think there's much else on this. I think it's just literally the same thing. No, it's just it literally cannot catch the apple, which I think is going to be really cool if you can see. Oh gosh, that was unintentional. Go back. So yeah, that was the next bit of clip, but I haven't finished talking about this. I think it'll be really cool if you're like in the distance and you can see them kind of throwing apples at these guys. I don't know what they're actually called, but the wizards throwing apples at these guys. I think it would be really kind of cool. Just having those kind of like, having the NPCs and the enemies having some kind of character to themselves. I apologise, the dogs have just gone absolutely crazy. And, you know, it always happens when I'm recording. Like, they haven't barked hardly at all today. I think I've had 2 barks in the last 4 hours. And now they're going absolutely crazy because, you know, they hate me. They hate me. Quiet! Hell, that actually worked for once. That normally doesn't work. But yes, let's go on. I've got flies buzzing around me as well. So I'm having a lot of fun. We've got like a lot going on here. Sorry, that just kind of jumped into me straight away. Let's go back. Like so, this is Tree Tops gameplay. Tree Tops, not Tree Trops. Tree Tops gameplay. This is, I believe, when you just come into the level. This is exactly where you will land. And then you've got the little guy here, which I believe they normally throw bananas at you. I feel like in the original they had kind of bulkier arms. But I think it looks okay. These guys look really cool. I really like them. Just because they do call back to the original, obviously having the really long arms and having the short legs so they walk on their arms instead. I think that's such a cool thing. I just love these enemies. I think they are quite fun ones to see. Looking at the architecture here, so you've got like the fireplace and like kind of the head things on top as well. I think is really cool to have. You've got another fireplace here, I'm assuming. I don't think that's a way of getting around, but looking really cool. You can see like the light sources here are from the fire, like it's lighting up the room and it's not lighting up the top there. So obviously they've paid attention to what the light sources are as well, and I think that's a really cool thing, rather than having just like general light absolutely everywhere, just not knowing where it's coming from. I think it's really kind of a good attention to detail they've had there. But we see it pull out some bananas there. We see it pull out some bananas, and hold on, wait, let's watch that again. So yeah, you just about see it pull out bananas, and you see kind of the bananas incinerate, and you see this guy. Look at his face. Look at his face. I know it's not a very good quality. I downloaded it in the best quality I could, but it isn't still 100% amazing. And obviously, if you pause it as well, it just gets rid of some of the stuff. I don't know how to describe it. But this guy just going down to the flame there, and you're getting your gems. You got your nice gem counter there. Seeing the flame again there, and we're gonna keep on going up. There we go, flaming everything. There is I think a longer gameplay of this, which I might actually cover in a separate video. See, you got the bananas there. They do pull them out. Okay, so that is basically it for that one. There is definitely a longer clip, which I'm going to try and find. I did see it on Facebook a few days ago, and I think I did save it as well. So I will try and download that one for you and put that in a separate video. It is about double the length for that clip, and it has got some more details in it that I do want to go over and kind of like be like, yes, this is confirmed, because there are a couple of things that are confirmed in the longer clip. I got this one from the official Spyro site, so yeah, it's not quite the full clip. But it looks cool. I really like the look of Tree Tops. Tree Tops is probably one of the most memorable levels just because it was so difficult. It was probably the hardest level in the game. But honestly, I quite like it. I think they've got the atmosphere really head on. As I said in the original picture that I showed, it looks fantastic. Honestly, I am so happy with Tree Tops. I feel that they've nailed it. I feel they really have nailed it. And we're going to go on to the next one, which is Toasty. We are seeing some dialogue between one of the release dragons and Spyro, and just to kind of cover something that I didn't cover in the last video that I uploaded to do with dragons. Every single dragon has their own model, so they are not based off another model. They aren't just recolored on another model. They all have their own individual models, and they all have their own individual things that make them unique, which I think is really nice. I really kind of appreciate it. I think that it's definitely worth it because, you know, you have the capabilities nowadays, and they have the funding. They know that Spyro is going to sell so well. They know they are going to get so much money coming from this. They know they need to do a good job to make the fans happy, and then we can possibly see a new Spyro game come out as well. So if they put a lot of effort into this, they know they can really start milking it. Not necessarily milking it because everyone will enjoy it, but yeah, they can really start bringing out some more stuff. So I think that's a really good idea to make sure that they are pulling everything together and being such an acute attention to detail. That's what I think is really important with these games. I love it. I love that. And also, like, that's Tom Kenny. That's Tom Kenny's return to Spyro. And I just love Spyro's voice still. It feels a little bit different, a little bit more kind of teen angsty than the original. Like, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. It just feels a little bit more like Spyro's a little bit older sort of thing. Whereas a lot of the audience as well is a little bit older. So I think that that's kind of cool. And then seeing this guy just looks fantastic, fantastic. I love the clothing it's wearing. I love the hat. I love the paintbrush here as well. And look at the blue and yellow paint. I don't know if that signifies anything, but I just love it. I just think it's pretty cool. And that voice is just perfect. Honestly, that is the exact voice that I would imagine for that model. If they have done this with a lot of the models, then I honestly will be so impressed, because I think it's important to have a voice that matches the character, and they've nailed it there, and I'm sure they're going to nail it in many, many other instances. And then the way, just that, I need to replay it, because honestly, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. The way they go up and just, makes me so happy. Like, they have paid so much attention to detail, and I know I keep on saying this, but I cannot say it enough. I think it's absolutely fantastic what they have done with this game. I think that they have really pulled it out, really made it something worth creating. They haven't just gone, oh, let's just remake the original, let's just update the graphics a little bit. They've actually gone above and beyond and made sure that all of this detail is included. Now, I think that that is such a commendable act, especially considering it's a remake, and I know a lot of remakes do get quite lazy. I can't think off the top of my head, but like, especially in films, remakes of films just get kind of lazy and obviously get really bad reviews. But this, I feel, is just done amazing. I will say now that there is a longer clip of Toasty. I did watch this one right through, and yeah, there is a lot longer clip of Toasty, and it's connected to the Treetops clip, so I will try and find that for you. If there's not a video on it, then I haven't been able to find it, but I'm going to try and find it for you guys, and I'll be covering it in more detail, so yeah, look out for that video. I love that they pay attention to the original as well, the charred face of the dogs waking up, and then you've got to hit the dog a second time. There's still the charring of the ground, which does go away after a while, but I think it's just such a little detail that just makes all the more better. Just looks absolutely fantastic. The sound is really cool. You can see Toasty there, just wasn't doing anything. Now it's running off. Okay, and that is basically it for those. Okay, for some reason that loaded it up twice, but yeah, that is basically it for those ones. I think that there's quite a lot of awesome details going on here. I am really impressed with the game so far. I'm going to be more impressed when I see Spyro 2 and Spyro 3, because they really are my games. I'm hoping that there's going to be kind of similar in games. I'm hoping you can hover as well. Hovering is important to me, just because that is the main reason what turns me off for Spyro 1, is the fact that you can't hover. Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 you can, and I just feel it makes the game a heck of a lot easier. And when you're so used to hovering when you come in, because triangle just cuts your flight, honestly, the amount of times that I've just cut my flight too early because I pressed triangle rather than hovering, it just messes me up. So I'm really excited to see Spyro 2 and Spyro 3. I'm sure we're going to be getting that probably in July. Probably at the start of July, we're probably going to start getting a little bit of Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 teasing. Maybe mid-July, I'd say. That would make sense for Spyro 2 to start coming, and then maybe like early to mid-August we'll start seeing Spyro 3. But yes, that is it for today. I know I've left this on a really kind of ugly... There we go, we'll change it to that one. Yeah, I am going to end this off here, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Are you excited? Are you excited for the Spyro Reignited Trilogy? As I am most definitely excited. I am not going to be speeding through these games. I'm going to be paying so much attention to all the little details. And yes, that is it. So I'll be off, and I'll see you soon.